A devastating financial blow has erupted within the House of Windsor, as King Charles III has reportedly stripped Prince Harry of his long-standing inheritance rights to the royal estates. Sources claim Meghan Markle is absolutely furious over the decision, with insiders suggesting this move represents the most severe punishment yet in the ongoing rift between father and son. The repercussions, royal watchers say, could fundamentally alter the Sussex family's financial future forever. The relationship between King Charles and Prince Harry has been deteriorating steadily since the Duke and Duchess of Sussex stepped back from royal duties in 2020. What began as a quest for financial independence has allegedly transformed into a complete severing of the traditional financial ties that bind senior royals to the crown estate. Prince Harry, fifth in line to the throne, has long been expected to receive substantial provisions from royal properties and trust funds established by previous monarchs. These inheritance mechanisms have traditionally provided financial security for non-heir royals throughout their lives. However, reports now suggest that King Charles has taken the extraordinary step of legally removing Harry from multiple estate disputes, a move that palace insiders describe as both unprecedented and irreversible. The alleged decision was reportedly formalized during a private meeting of royal lawyers and financial advisors on February 3, 2026, at Clarence House. According to palace insiders, the catalyst for this dramatic action stems from Prince Harry's continued public criticism of the royal family in recent media appearances and his upcoming second memoir. Reports are now claiming that King Charles reached a breaking point after learning specific details about what Harry allegedly plans to reveal in the new book. Sources close to the situation reveal that the manuscript contains explosive allegations about Queen Camilla's influence over Charles's financial decisions and claims regarding how royal money has been distributed among family members over the past decade. The king reportedly felt blindsided by what he considers a pattern of betrayal, having believed that private family financial matters would remain confidential despite previous public disclosures. One palace source allegedly stated that Charles views Harry's actions as a fundamental violation of the unspoken agreement that protects the monarchy's financial privacy. The specific estates in question reportedly include portions of the Duchy of Cornwall revenues, traditional trust allocations established by Queen Elizabeth II, and Harry's expected share of properties held in family trusts dating back generations. The combined value of these removed inheritance rights allegedly totals somewhere between £75 and £120 million over Harry's lifetime. Meanwhile, Meghan Markle's reaction has reportedly been nothing short of explosive. Sources describe the Duchess as absolutely livid upon learning of the king's decision, allegedly telling confidants that this represents a calculated attack, not just on Harry, but on their children's financial security. According to those close to the sexes, Meghan immediately convened an emergency meeting with the couple's American legal team to explore potential challenges to the decision. Reports suggest she views this as the royal family's ultimate retaliation for her and Harry's independence, interpreting it as punishment designed to force them into financial vulnerability. Insiders claim Meghan allegedly stated during a heated phone conversation that the royal family was proving exactly what she had said all along about their vindictive nature and unwillingness to accept those who challenge their control. Royal observers note that Prince William reportedly supports his father's decision, allegedly viewing it as a necessary consequence of Harry's repeated breaches of family trust. Sources claim the Prince of Wales has long advocated for financial consequences to match Harry's public actions, believing that continued financial support while simultaneously attacking the institution represents an untenable contradiction. The Princess of Wales, Catherine, has reportedly remained silent on the matter publicly, but allegedly expressed relief in private that clear boundaries are finally being established. However, the decision has not been universally supported within the extended royal family. Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie allegedly attempted to mediate, placing calls to both their uncle King Charles and their cousin Harry in hopes of preventing permanent financial estrangement. Those efforts reportedly failed when Charles made clear his decision was final and legally irrevocable. One particularly shocking detail emerging from palace sources suggests that Prince Harry only learned of the decision through his lawyers rather than directly from his father, a breach of protocol that allegedly devastated the Duke and reinforced his feelings of abandonment. Behind closed doors at the Sussex's Montecito mansion, the atmosphere is reportedly one of crisis management and fury. Meghan has allegedly taken control of the couple's response strategy, insisting they cannot appear financially desperate or give the royal family the satisfaction of seeing them struggle. Sources claim she has been in constant communication with their PR team, their literary agents, and their Netflix production partners to explore accelerated income opportunities. The couple's existing deals, while lucrative, were reportedly structured with the assumption that Harry would eventually receive his royal inheritance, providing long-term security beyond their entertainment industry earnings. That safety net has now allegedly been stripped away entirely. Royal watchers suggest this may force Harry and Meghan to accept projects and partnerships they might have previously declined, potentially compromising the careful brand cultivation they have pursued since leaving royal life. Insiders allege that Meghan sees this as the royal family attempting to control their narrative choices by creating financial pressure, a tactic she reportedly finds deeply manipulative. Prince Harry himself is described by sources as caught between devastating hurt and resigned acceptance. Those close to him suggest he has long feared his father might take such action but hoped familial bonds would ultimately prevent financial punishment. Allegedly, Harry had recently reached out to Charles through intermediaries, proposing a private meeting to discuss their relationship, an offer that was reportedly declined. The inheritance decision, sources say, arrived as the king's definitive answer to that reconciliation attempt. Friends of the Duke claim he now views the situation as confirmation that the institution will always prioritize its protection over family relationships, validating everything he has said publicly about the monarchy's coldness. However, other sources suggest Harry carries some guilt, recognizing that his own choices and public revelations created the circumstances that led to his father's decision. This internal conflict allegedly manifests in what insiders describe as alternating periods of anger and deep sadness, with Harry reportedly struggling to reconcile the loving father he remembers from childhood with the king who has now legally severed his financial future from the crown. This isn't the first time the British royal family has used financial leverage to control wayward members. The situation bears striking resemblance to King Edward VIII's financial struggles following his abdication. In 1936, when his brother King George VI initially withheld expected financial support as punishment for the constitutional crisis Edward created, that financial pressure lasted years before eventual reconciliation and arrangements were made. Similarly, Princess Margaret faced financial constraints throughout her life, partly as consequence of her divorce and lifestyle choices that embarrassed the crown, receiving support far below what her royal birth might have otherwise warranted. More recently, Prince Andrew has reportedly seen his financial support dramatically reduced following his association with Jeffrey Epstein and the resulting public scandal, though he has never been entirely cut off, as Harry allegedly now faces. The pattern throughout royal history suggests the monarchy has consistently wielded financial power as its most effective tool for enforcing compliance and punishing those who damage the institution's reputation. What makes Harry's situation potentially more severe is the permanent legal restructuring of inheritance rights rather than simple reduction of annual allowances, suggesting Charles views this breach as unforgivable and permanent. Royal historians note that such definitive financial severance between a monarch and his son is virtually unprecedented in modern times, signaling just how deep the rift has become. As the situation currently stands, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle face a dramatically altered financial landscape. Sources suggest the couple is exploring multiple options, including potentially challenging the decision in British courts, though legal experts reportedly give such efforts minimal chance of success given the Crown's historical discretion over estate distributions. More realistically, royal watchers believe the Sussexes will accelerate their commercial activities significantly. Reports are emerging that Harry's second memoir, tentatively scheduled for 2027 release, may now be rushed forward to capitalize on current interest and provide immediate income. Netflix executives have allegedly been contacted about expanding the couple's production deal, with Meghan reportedly proposing several new documentary concepts for rapid development. There is also speculation about a potential primetime interview special, where the couple would address the inheritance decision directly, though sources close to their team suggest they are debating whether such a response would appear desperate or appropriately defiant. Royal commentators remain divided on the long-term implications. Some experts believe King Charles has made a catastrophic mistake that will only deepen family divisions and generate public sympathy for Harry and Meghan, particularly in America, where cutting off one's children is viewed far more negatively than in Britain. Others argue the king had no choice, that continuing financial support while enduring repeated public attacks was untenable, and set a dangerous precedent for future royal behavior. Public opinion appears similarly split, with British sentiment generally supporting Charles's decision, while international audiences express more sympathy for the Sussexes' position. Social media has erupted with hashtags on both sides, with hashtag #IST and with Harry trending alongside hashtag Charles did the right thing across platforms. The palace itself has maintained its traditional silence, declining to confirm or deny the reports, though the lack of denial is being interpreted by many observers as tacit confirmation. Meanwhile, sources suggest Prince William is already being positioned as the bridge for potential future reconciliation, though any such efforts would allegedly require Harry to cease all public commentary about the family first, a condition insiders say Meghan strongly opposes accepting. The financial blow strikes at the heart of Harry and Meghan's carefully constructed post-royal life. They have publicly declared their financial independence while still expecting the safety net of royal inheritance. a contradiction that King Charles has now allegedly eliminated. The move forces the Sussexes to fully embrace the commercial world without the comfort of knowing generational wealth awaits, fundamentally changing their negotiating position with entertainment partners and business ventures. For Meghan, sources say, this represents personal vindication of her claims about royal cruelty, but also creates the very financial vulnerability she sought to escape through careful planning and deal-making. This stunning escalation leaves the royal family more fractured than at any point since Harry's departure. What began as a quest for independence has culminated in total financial severance, with King Charles drawing a line that may prove impossible to uncross. Only time will tell whether this represents the final chapter in their relationship or merely the darkest moment before eventual reconciliation. As this situation continues to unfold, the implications for both the monarchy's future and the Sussex family's financial security remain deeply uncertain. What do you think about King Charles's decision to strip Harry's inheritance rights? Was this a necessary consequence or a cruel overreaction? Share your thoughts in the comments below.